You can then use the speed and fade buttons to set hold and fade times. Selecting the speed button along with the up-down buttons allows you to adjust the hold time. Pressing the fade button allows you to add a fade time between those steps. To record a show, press and hold the record button followed by chase buttons 168, 168. As a result, the record LED will illuminate, indicating that you are in record mode. Next, select the show that you want to record to. I've selected show number 1. This is indicated with the red flashing LED. Next, on your DMX controller, select the scene that you want as show step number 1. Press the speed button to set the step hold time. Then use the up-down buttons to set your time. I'll set my first step at 1.7 seconds hold time. I'll then select the fade button to incorporate a fade time for my first show step. I'll set it at 1.5 seconds. Once you've set your times, press the record button to store. Your LED display will indicate SH01, which means you've stored your first show step. On your DMX controller, select your second scene for your show. Adjust your hold time by pressing the speed button once again, followed by the up and down buttons to adjust the hold time. I'll set this step to hold for 2 seconds. Press the fade button to incorporate a fade time, which I'll set at 1.8 seconds. Press the record button to store. Once again, your LED display will advance by 1. In this case, it indicates SH02. I'll now select scene number 3, adjust my hold time by pressing the speed button once again, then using the up-down buttons to set my hold time. I'll set this one at 2.6 seconds and the fade time at 1.6 seconds. Then press the record button. I'll record one final show step. This one I'm going to do it manually. From my DMX controller, I'll select my lights, adjust the position for my lights, change the color and gobo, press the speed button to adjust my hold time. I'll set it at 2 seconds. Press the fade button to incorporate my fade time. I'll set it at 1.5 seconds and press record to store. You can record up to 99 show steps. I've recorded 4, so I will now exit. I'll do so by pressing the blackout button 2 times. And show 1 has now been recorded. To play back a show, press the blackout button so the red LED is off. Then select the show button that contains the show that you wish to play back. The show should begin to play back immediately. To have your show play back to audio, press the mode button until the little indicator LED in the display next to audio illuminates. This activates the internal microphone. Your lights should now be moving to sound. To manually trigger scenes in your show, press the mode button so that the small indicator LED next to manual comes on. Then use the up-down buttons to scroll through your scenes. Press blackout to disengage the show. You can simultaneously play chases and shows at the same time by pressing any of the 8 chase buttons followed by one of the 2 show buttons. As you can see, both LEDs are flashing, which indicate that they are both running. Adjusting the speed and fade at this time will affect the chase, not the show. The show has preset hold and fade times. Pressing the speed button, we can now manually adjust the hold time for the chase. Pressing the fade button, using the up-down buttons, will adjust the fade time for each step for the chase. We can also do a combo playback, which will include any of the 8 effects and any of the 8 chases and 2 shows. I'll select effects 1 and 2. Those 2 effects will automatically turn on. Then I'll select chase buttons 1 and show button number 1. We can also do a mixed playback, including the effects, by selecting any of the 8 chase buttons and either one of the 2 show buttons. Here we have chase 1 and show 1 mixing in together with the effects. You can also put the effects into a time sequence by pressing the effects timer button and setting it to a 1, 3, 5 or 10 minute interval. The LED next to the 5 minutes is lit, so this indicates that we will have a 5-minute interval between effects 1 and 2. To record the strobe function into the DMX Duo, press and hold the record button followed by chase buttons 168, 168. This activates record mode. Now you will have to have recorded a strobe scene into your DMX controller, as I have done, to do this. Select the scene that contains your strobe function, then simply press the strobe button to store the effect. To exit, press the blackout button twice. To play back your strobe function, press the strobe button. Now this button can run in conjunction with any of the chase or show buttons. Selecting a chase will put it in standby mode until the strobe button is deactivated. I'll now deactivate the strobe button, in which case the chase begins to run. The strobe button takes precedence over anything that is currently playing. Pressing the strobe button again will automatically activate strobe mode. Taking it out activates whatever was in standby. Once you have your DMX Duo programmed, you can transfer the data from that master unit, in which case this is our master unit, and send the information to a slave unit. or a unit that has no programmed information. What you want to do is get yourself an RS-232 cable that looks like this. Plug one end into the master unit and the other end into the slave unit. Once you've made your RS-232 connections on the rear of each DMX Duo, press the send button on your master unit, followed by code 168168. As a result, the send LED will illuminate. On your slave unit, press the receive button, followed by code 168168. As a result, the receive LED will illuminate. Press the send button to begin the data transfer. The transfer should take just under 2 minutes. Once complete, both displays will read end. To exit, press the blackout button on both units.